Hey there YouTube, Corncob Piper coming at you. It is Sunday afternoon. Hope everybody's had a great weekend so far and an awesome start to their holiday season. Coming at you today with the review of another one of my 2017 holiday blends. I've chosen to do an aromatic today. This one comes from McClelland, and this is the 2017 edition of Holiday Spirit. They've been doing this for quite a while, I think since around 2010, so they have like 7 years of this out now. However, from what I understand, the recipe is pretty much the same. They just changed the year on the tin, probably just as a marketing thing to be able to sell more. I'm not opposed to it, it is what it is. But this obviously, like I said, is an aromatic. It is a mixture of Virginia's, Burley's, and Cavendish, and the topping on this is pecan, dark rum, and cocoa. And let's see if there's any kind of a tin description here. There is. The mild smooth blend of Burley, Virginia, and Cavendish tobacco is flavored with dark rum, pecan, and cocoa. It brings a warm glow to the coldest. Sorry, my lighting's not the greatest here. I can't read so great. The coldest winter day. The aroma is a favorite holiday collection. So the aroma of a favorite holiday collection wafts from the bowl, bringing pipe smoking contentment. Happy holidays. And I actually picked this blend up. I actually won this in Mark Hoosier Piper's 100 sub giveaway way back, I think the very beginning of 2017, and I've been holding on to it until now. This, which I'll be smoking, is now my 5th bowl of it. We'll go ahead and take a quick look and see what this stuff looks like. Okay, so here we are. You can see this is pretty coarse cut tobacco. See if I can get up there a little bit closer for you so you can see it. Large, just big chunky stuff. Almost looks like a pile of like decaying leaves or whatever. Nice looking tobacco. This does come super wet. I've had this tin open now for a couple weeks and it is still pretty moist. It still requires about 20-minute dry time on a paper plate or a piece of paper before I smoke it. So definitely this is one that you're not going to want to smoke right out of the tin. I'd imagine maybe another week of this sitting out if it lasts. It should be dry enough, but you could see obviously some of the Burley and the Virginia, which is mostly bright, and then the dark Cavendish, which is probably also made from some Burley there as well. But just a nice looking tobacco. Only downside to it, like I said, it is extremely wet and goopy right out of the tin. But if you give it a little bit of dry time, like I say, generally about 20 minutes, it'll smoke fantastic for you. Alright, so for the tin note of this stuff, first thing you need to get initially hit with is a blast of cocoa. And I do get hints of coffee in the background as well. Don't really pick up on that pecan scent that they're talking about. I can smell the grassiness of the Virginia and the honey from the Cavendish, but other than that I can't really smell a whole lot of tobacco. And definitely some vanilla in there. And I, like I've mentioned in the past, for whatever reason can't pick up either scent notes or taste notes of rum in a tobacco. At least I have yet to so far in my tobacco smoking journey. It's just either I'm mistaking it for something else or it's just not compatible with my palate. I also do pick up a little bit of citrusiness from this blend as well, which does carry over into the taste as well, but we'll get into that in a minute. Cool little cozy that Mrs. Corncob Piper got me as a Christmas present to keep my pop in. I thought it was pretty cool. Definitely digging that. And when it comes to Christmas, I'm like a kid at heart. It's definitely my favorite holiday. I have 2 small kids, a 10-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter, so Christmas is still a very fun and exciting time around the Corncob Piper household. I'm smoking today from my custom cob by CJ. This is based off of, actually, I mentioned that I had him do this, this pipe. I commissioned it based off of a Christmas shirt that I own. And I'll show that to you now. If you can see, here is the actual shirt. And then based off of this shirt, he went ahead and created this very, very cool pipe for me. So I'm definitely digging that. Been smoking it quite often and really enjoying it. So let's go ahead and light this guy up, and we'll go ahead and talk about the taste profile. And I do got to go grab a tamper real quick. Okay, sorry about that. So first things first, like I said before, this stuff comes extremely wet out of the tin. I didn't try smoking it right out of the tin, just because I could tell it was way too wet. But I'm guessing if you did try, you're probably going to end up with a little bit of tongue bite. So definitely give it that 20-minute dry time. 20 minutes, it'll burn perfectly. Like any aromatic, you are going to get a small amount of dottle in the bottom of the bowl. This is not a very super heavily topped aromatic. However, when smoking, you definitely know that it's an aromatic. The topping definitely is the star of the show here, as opposed to the tobacco. What you get out of the taste profile is mostly the topping. If you go searching hard enough, you can taste a little bit of the tobacco. So we'll start with the flavor profiles of the topping, at least what I get. First and foremost is the cocoa note. This is definitely first and foremost a chocolate aromatic, which I am not a huge fan of chocolate aromatics. However, I have been quite enjoying this one, just because I think most chocolate aromatics are too heavily topped and they're just too goopy for me, whatever it is. So I tend to have a tendency to stay away from them. But you get that cocoa note for sure. I pick up the pecan. It's definitely there. Also pick up little notes of hazelnut maybe in here. Maybe some nutmeg. Definitely some kind of spice like that. I have to believe it's nutmeg. That's really what I'm getting. And like I said before, I just don't taste that rum flavor. And that's just me. I know a lot of the other reviews that I checked out, people were mentioning the flavor of the rum. It just doesn't carry through for me in any of the rum blends that I smoke. You will not get any tongue bite on this. Like I said, if you dry it out, I'm able to smoke this one pretty aggressively. Once again, it will not smoke all the way to the bottom. You're going to end up with a little bit of dottle. But that's okay, because that's what I expect out of an aromatic. Now for the flavor profile of the tobaccos that I'm getting in here, like I said, I really have to search for them. I get a little bit of honey from the Cavendish and a little bit of grassiness from the Virginia. And I also do pick up from time to time wisps of citrus. And I'm guessing that's coming from the Virginia as well. And that cocoa, or that coffee scent that I mentioned too in the tin note, that does not come through whatsoever really for me in the taste a whole lot. More so cocoa, and then some nuttiness, and then obviously that vanilla or honey with some nutmeg in the background. And like I said, if you search hard enough, you could find those tobaccos in there. Can't really detect the burley in here whatsoever. Room note, from what I'm told on this, is great. Nicotine level is very mild. So for those of you that are nicotine sensitive and also into aromatics, this would probably be a good choice for you to go. But all around, just not a bad Christmas aromatic at all. Like I said, this is my 5th bowl. Gave a little bit of it away. I'll probably be finishing off the tin. What I'm really looking for are Christmas blends that blow me away, because I want to narrow it down to maybe like 3 or 4 that I just go to every year. The one that I reviewed last, which was Paredes Thanksgiving Day. definitely going to make it on to next year's list for sure. This one probably not, but would I be opposed to visiting it back again sometime in the future? I definitely would. Maybe 2-3 years down the road if I want to maybe try it again. This would definitely be one that I'd be interested in going back to. So out of my 5-star rating for McClelland's Christmas Spirit 2017, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5 stars. Falls somewhere right in the middle, slightly better than average. Aromatic wise, I believe they've done this well, where they've made it truly an aromatic where the topping is the star of the show. But it's not so much that it's overly sweet and sickening and goopy and just hard to smoke. Only really big knock that I give this is the moisture level. They really should dry this out a little bit more before jarring it up, tinning it up. Maybe they do that so they don't lose some of the flavor or whatever, but I would prefer just to be able to open up a tin, pack my bowl and smoke, as opposed to opening it up, putting it on a piece of paper and waiting 20 minutes before I can pack the bowl up and smoke. Because usually when I get the urge to smoke a pipe, I want to smoke it then. I don't want to smoke it 20 minutes down the road, and that's been the case for me for this one. But it is what it is. So once again, for McClelland Christmas Spirit 2017, 3 out of 5 stars from the Corncob Piper. Once again, wishing everybody happy holidays and happy new year to come. As always, you too, keep on piping.